College tuition aid fraud is among the most pervasive, expensive, and dynamic schemes going into 2026. Community colleges nationwide have been deluged by so-called ghost students, an army of digital thieves stealing Americans' identities and using them to submit AI-generated applications. Their goal? To enroll fake students, secure financial aid, and repeat. ABC News and its nationwide network of affiliates have been investigating this growing trend. Here's ABC senior national correspondent Steve Osunsami.
This is 58-year-old Murat Mayer of suburban D.C., a business researcher for a nonprofit with a Ph.D. who has no need at all to take classes at this community college in Maryland. But as he and his teenage son discovered last fall when they were applying for college financial aid, someone had beat them to it.
So that's what you saw.
All the ads are fake.
Stealing their identities and signing both of them up for classes at community colleges across the country.
We noticed that there were a lot of activity. There are a lot of applications, loan applications, grant applications. Then we panicked.
You're here talking with us. He wasn't as comfortable.
Correct. He was scared.
For nearly 2 years, someone was using their credit to apply for school loans. And his son, who today is a high school senior in Bethesda, Maryland, was already listed as a second-year student at this community college in the middle of Utah. Someone was attending class pretending to be your son.
And he's passing the classes.
He believes the thieves stole their identities after his wife died in a tragic car accident and their health insurance company had one of those massive data leaks.
How big of a problem is this?
It's a huge issue. So, when the pandemic, everybody went to online learning. By doing that, it really did open the door. So right now we have about 200 investigations open nationwide. I mean, some of the losses are in the smallest in the hundreds of thousands up to over $1 billion.
They call them ghost students, these digital thieves with no shame who are stealing identities. Jason Williams, a federal investigator, says they'll often use AI to enroll long lists of people in schools, sign them up for Pell Grants and loans, and then disappear as soon as they get the money.
As you're stealing identities, these loans are not being repaid. They're being assigned to people. They don't even know they have a debt with the U.S. Department of Education. Or you get some letter from the department or the servicer or the Internal Revenue Service that says you owe the Department of Education money.
And he says they're targeting Americans of all ages.
I thought that because I am a 55-year-old man, that I don't have to worry about that. It sounds like that's not true.
That is not true. So we've had cases where they're misusing identities of people in their 80s and 90s. And going to school.
It's community colleges who accept almost everyone that are seeing this the most. A college in Maryland shared with us this photo of a would-be student applying to their school, and we've blurred his face because he hasn't been charged with a crime. They say he's here showing a fake ID to a suspicious admissions counselor on a video call, and then allegedly accidentally shares this screen, revealing a spreadsheet of other alleged stolen identities. Here's that same would-be student trying to get into the same school just last week, using a different name and ID. Authorities warn that in these ghost student cases, anyone's identity can be stolen.
From ABC News in New York.
And one of our great talents at ABC News is proof.
I got that tea. I'm ready to go. So I woke up in mid-February to this news, and it took me until late December to finally get this discharged. Your best bet is really to get on the road.
Anchor and transportation correspondent Gio Benitez got an alert on his phone last year.
It was my bank saying that my credit score had just dropped 250 points overnight. And it was a student loan that had been taken out in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic. And I definitely wasn't a student then.
Our Gio Benitez.
In 2021, our friend and colleague was a long way from needing any student loan.
Michael, listen, we are excited. Look, we got the countdown right.
He was a network newsman on the set of Good Morning America, seen here with astronauts who are training to fly into space.
On the Earth's surface, I weigh 175 pounds. Up here, 0.
I put my journalist hat on, and I'm like, I need to figure out what's going on here. And the lender at the time was saying, we can't really do anything unless you file a police report. But it didn't end there.
The thieves who authorities never found had enrolled him as a student at the University of Phoenix and then disappeared with about $6,000 in financial aid. He says as a child from a family that struggled with credit, this was upsetting.
You have to go and find your high school transcript, like all of these things that you have forgotten about long ago, 20 years ago, and you now have to get all of these documents somehow. It's a lot of work.
Our owned and operated ABC stations across America are seeing this up close. At our station in Philadelphia,
I'm just going to give you my hand notes of the stuff that I was sharing with you.
Investigative reporter Chad Pradelli spoke with 2 schools that found hundreds of ghost students using stolen identities.
Welcome to Delaware County Community College.
We had nearly 500 ghost students that actually were registered in classes.
We canceled over $600,000 in Title IV aid that we had to send back to the government before that aid was dispersed to these fraudulent students.
How many records are in the database right now?
In suburban Atlanta, former NFL linebacker Maurice Simpkins and his wife run a software security company that helps more than 150 schools verify the identities of entering students to make sure they are real people. He, too, has been a victim of identity theft.
The school gets a pass or fail rating or a review rating almost instantaneous.
For each student?
Each student.
So if I were to simplify it, you've created a firewall for the crooks.
That's essentially the way I like to look at it. From a football term, it's an offensive line.
And recovered by Green Bay.
The former Green Bay Packer, seen here in a game on Fox, discovered he, too, was a victim of identity theft years ago when they were trying to buy a home. He says they found digital footprints from criminal rings around the world.
Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria. Most recently, we've been seeing some Russian data where it's actually coming in Russian characters in some instances. I think the worst we've seen was right around 34% fraudulent.
33% of the students who were already inside in one institution,
yes,
were fake.
We had already been in classes for a number of semesters.
The feds are trying to keep up with the crooks and send them to jail. A Maryland man who used the identity of more than 60 people and ran away with $6.7 million in federal student aid, sentenced to 4 years in prison. A father and son in Arizona who were using the identities of more than 300 people to steal $7.4 million, sentenced to a year in prison each. Starting last summer, the federal website for student financial aid began requiring additional ID. Authorities are telling everyone to go to the credit reporting agencies today, download the app if they have one, and freeze your credit record for free.
It's locked.
There are videos like this one that show you how to do it online.
One of the things I found out was how easy it was to prevent this. Had I just had those locks on my credit accounts, they're free. And if you need your credit account at some point for a mortgage or whatever it is, all you got to do is go on your phone, hit unlock, you make the purchase, and then you lock it up again.
They're also encouraging parents to check with the credit companies for any lines of credit using the name of their children.
This has been hard on you and your son.
Exactly.
Murat Mayer in Washington says he and his son are fortunate they were able to get his record cleared up before college deadlines. His son has applied to study business finance in the fall, and this time it will really be him.
And how is he doing?
Very well. He's a straight A student, has been very successful, honor student, so he's doing well.
Steve Osunsami, thank you.